You know the classic movie shot of someone just walking away in slow motion with flames exploding behind him? I feel like that's what Deshaun Watson just did to the NFL after not really being involved in the NFL for about a year. Just from this insane scenario where you have to submit a trade proposal to Nick Caserio and the Houston Texans to get a meeting from Deshaun Watson, and that trade theoretically needs to be accepted before Deshaun Watson makes his decision and finally chooses which team he gets traded to. You have the Cleveland Browns alienating their quarterback Baker Mayfield, which we made a video on earlier. Up until this morning, there were 2 teams left in the hunt. So we're gonna catch you guys up on everything related to do with this Deshaun Watson trade. Before we get to the content, we're giving away $500 to a subscriber that turns on our notifications on this channel. We're giving away another $500 to a follower of ours on Instagram. Now that we get all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Up until this point, the Deshaun Watson situation was absolutely insane. Originally, we thought that there were 4 teams that were contenders. I mean, if you want to go back even further, people thought that the Seahawks would be involved right when Deshaun Watson was freed. But eventually, those 5 teams turned into 4, where Deshaun Watson was looking into joining the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, the Cleveland Browns, and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, a lot of people are looking at the Atlanta Falcons. Well, no, not a lot of people. I'm a lot of people. I tweeted out, why on earth would Deshaun Watson want to go to the Atlanta Falcons? They've been struggling for quite some time. Ever since Tom Brady came back from a 28-3 deficit against the Atlanta Falcons in a Super Bowl, that team has been in shambles. Well, Deshaun Watson has ties to the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, he was the ball boy for the Atlanta Falcons. He clearly was a huge fan growing up in that area as well. Although the Falcons aren't ready to win now as much as the other teams that are vying for Deshaun Watson's services, you have to admit it is incredibly desirable to get traded back to your hometown, play for your hometown team and the team that you idolized growing up. It's very rare to see that happen. Aaron Rodgers wanted to play for the 49ers.
How disappointed are you that you will not be a 49er?
Not as disappointed as the 49ers will be that they didn't draft me.
Tom Brady wanted to play for the 49ers. Inevitably, they didn't end up going to the teams that they grew up watching as kids. And Deshaun Watson has the opportunity to do that. Of course, the Atlanta Falcons aren't nearly as competitive as any of the other teams that were vying for his services, but in 2023, they have a lot of cap space and there should be ample room to build this team. Then you look at the Cleveland Browns, which Deshaun Watson notified them that they are officially out of the running. He made a whole video on how that's affecting Baker Mayfield. The man is absolutely livid. He demanded a trade, but the Browns aren't fulfilling his trade request. We made a whole video on that earlier. And then I'm not sure what really happened with the Carolina Panthers. I think they just dropped out because we're not hearing any news from the Panthers. The last piece of news I heard about the Panthers is they got the feeling that Deshaun Watson was going to join the Saints, but it seems like it's not as easy of a decision as you'd think. You would think he would want to go to the New Orleans Saints and team up with Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara and that awesome offensive line and that remarkable defense. And as a matter of fact, the Saints met with Deshaun Watson a second time, so it seemed very neck and neck. Well, there was a lot of drama and controversy that came with it. Earlier on, Kyle Pitts tweeted something that was fairly controversial because the man tweeted, "It's about to get really scary in Atlanta." I can't find the tweet anymore because it's deleted. That had many people speculating because AJ Terrell and Casey Hayward and Kyle Pitts all share the same exact agent. So there was a lot of speculation going back and forth in regards to what team Deshaun Watson was going to inevitably join. When you consider the fact that Deshaun Watson was the one that reached out to the Atlanta Falcons and not vice versa, that's when things got a little bit more interesting. Yesterday, I got a comment on my video saying Mike just sits at home waiting for this news to come out so he can make videos as fast as possible about them. And today that was the case. I couldn't help but feel like Deshaun Watson was about to make a decision. I felt like he was starting to lean close to the Atlanta Falcons. And ultimately, I was wrong because Deshaun Watson has officially made up his mind and pivoted from his original decision to not go to the Cleveland Browns and decided to join the Cleveland Browns. Yes, Yes, ladies and gentlemen, according to Ian Rappaport, Deshaun Watson plans to waive his no-trade clause to the Cleveland Browns. Sources tell him and Tom Pelissero, yes, the Browns. The trade compensation, we have it now. It says in this tweet that is still yet to be finalized, but Watson has made his choice. He expects to go to Cleveland. Watson also gets a crazy contract, by the way. He has a fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract. That is $80 million more than the previous record for fully guaranteed money at signing. The deal was negotiated by David Mulugheta. Now, according to Albert Breer, so far what we know about this deal is the Browns are trading 3 first-round picks and 2 additional picks to the Texans for quarterback Deshaun Watson, per sources. Wow, wow, wow. According to Jordan Schultz, what happened was the Falcons believed they had Deshaun Watson, but this morning the Browns made it clear to Deshaun Watson that they'd pay him what he was worth as one of the premier players in the league and a true franchise cornerstone. If you remember, there was also a rumor earlier today that the Carolina Panthers didn't want to guarantee the 3rd and 4th year of Deshaun Watson's contract. So maybe that became a factor. I am absolutely in shock right now, not only because I didn't think he was going to go to the Browns originally, but the fact that Deshaun Watson looked at the Cleveland Browns, a team who hasn't had franchise success over the past 2 decades, except for a few years where there was some bright spots. This is an absolutely new chapter for the Cleveland Browns organization. They have now officially become a destination. A superstar QB looked at the Browns and said, I want to go there. And to be honest, I can't really blame him, because I was saying in the very beginning of this, although I thought the Browns were going to be a long shot, that Deshaun Watson's best chance at competing for a Super Bowl would be on the Cleveland Browns. I mean, look at this freaking offense. You have Kevin Stefanski, that is a proven game planner that knows how to scheme around his talent. You have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, which is a remarkable running back tandem. At your wide receiver position, you have Rashad Higgins, but you also just traded for Amari Cooper. You have David Njoku at the tight end position. The offensive line is slightly weaker, but it's still above average by the NFL standards. And then you get to the defensive side of the ball, where the Cleveland Browns still have one of the best defenses in the entire NFL. You have Myles Garrett coming off of the edge. You have Denzel Ward still on that team. The jury is out on Jadeveon Clowney. Apparently the Cleveland Browns are trying to chase him and get him back. But needless to say, man, as a franchise that has been in constant search for their true franchise cornerstone quarterback, you finally found him in Deshaun Watson. I am in love with the construction of this team. The official draft pick compensation is 3 first-round picks, a 3rd-round pick, and a late-round pick swap, a 4th-round pick for a 5th-round pick, and now Deshaun Watson is officially a member of the Cleveland Browns. But you know who else is also a member of the Cleveland Browns? Baker Mayfield. He's still on the roster. He has not been traded yet. He has informed the Cleveland Browns that he would like to be traded to the Indianapolis Colts. We're going to keep an eye on him because he is next on the QB carousel, and now we're going to turn our attention to the Cleveland Browns. For now, players in the AFC North who featured the defending AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals and Lamar Jackson, and of course Deshaun Watson is now going to join that division to make it a not really the AFC West, but still a very competitive division. I'm very happy for Cleveland Browns fans, man. You guys have gone through so much misfortune. I know there was a lot of excitement during the year prior to Freddie Kitchens coming in and you guys trading for Odell Beckham Jr., and there was a lot of false excitement during that year, but now you have something to truly be excited about. You could throw away that jersey that is consistently crossing off quarterbacks. The revolving carousel at your quarterback position is over. You don't need to settle for average with Baker Mayfield. I hope I don't see any Cleveland Browns fans upset about the fact that they're moving on from Baker Mayfield for Deshaun Watson, because at the end of the day, when you can upgrade your quarterback position and put yourself in a situation where you're legitimately a contender in the AFC alongside the Denver Broncos, Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Chargers, and that's just off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more that I forgot. You need to absolutely do it. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this deal. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.